This is Maga. These are the people. This is a great example of their mentality. Trump 2024!
What's inherently immoral about gay marriage?
It is anti-life and is anti-vital.
What do you mean anti-life?
It does not produce kids, and the marriage itself...
Do you think it should be illegal for two straight people who decide not to have kids to get married?
No, I believe they should still get married.
But then that's anti-life, right?
No, because at the end of the day, they can still adopt kids and raise them
Gay
in a
people could adopt
household.
kids, right?
I don't believe they should. There's been recent reports about a gay couple that is known to abuse their kids.
Okay, let's pause right there. Let's just follow this guy's reasoning, because this... Okay, so first off, he says it's anti-life, all right? Gay marriage is anti-life to Mr. Cowboy, right? Okay, hold on. I know he's got a 10-gallon hat with like a 5-gallon head in it, dude. Oh shit, but he dropped some language, bro, because he said it was anti-life and then he said it was anti-vital. Dude, what does that even mean? Anti-vital. Oh shit, bro. But then he goes on to say that his problem with gay marriage is because they can't have kids. That's it. It's anti-life. But then when proposed, well, what about straight people that get married that can't have kids or don't want to have kids? And he's like, no, well, they can adopt kids. And he's like, well, gay couples can adopt kids. And the guy says, well, there's been reports about a gay couple that abuse their kids. You get it? About a gay couple. There's been a report about a gay couple, but there's like thousands of straight parents that abuse their kids. And there have been horrific tales of killing their kids, starving them, beating them to death. But they don't want to end straight people having adopted kids. But one report for the gay couple, oh shit. Oh my God, a gay couple abuse their kids? Now we gotta prevent all the gays, bro. Oh Lord, dude.
It is anti-life and is anti-vital.
What do you mean anti-life?
It does not produce kids, and the marriage itself...
Do you think it should be illegal for two straight people who decide not to have kids to get married?
No, I believe they should still get married.
But then that's anti-life, right?
No, because at the end of the day, they can still adopt kids and raise them
Gay
in a
people could
household.
adopt kids, right?
I don't believe they should. There's been recent reports about a gay couple that is known to abuse their kids. Look up the stats.
I can find you about 13 gazillion examples of straight couples abusing their kids.
Dude, anti-vital, bro. Oh shit. Dude, homie, he dropped some knowledge on us with that anti-vital. Oh Lord, bro, that one is wild.
So did y'all hear what Tim Walz did recently? The VP?
I haven't, no, unfortunately.
Yeah, so he recently just got outed for specifically saying that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. How do y'all feel about that? Would you ever vote for someone who did that?
No. Appalled, yep.
Yeah, definitely not.
So that was actually Trump. Would you vote for Trump now, given that you've heard this?
Still, I would vote. I mean, first of all, bait and switch.
I'm out.
He's cooked.
Yeah, he's cooked. Oh my God, bro. You like that? So there they go. They pass judgment. Well, of course we wouldn't vote for a guy. Every person would not vote for a guy who talked to a 10-year-old girl saying he was going to date her 10 years later. And it is absolutely true that Donald Trump said that. It's on video going up the gold escalator in Trump Tower. And that is in addition to him saying he walked in on teenage models undressing, the Miss Teen pageant. His extensive ties to sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, dude, his ties to P. Diddy, the 26 credible charges, all the cover-ups, falsifying business records. But the problem the Maga guy has is, oh, it's a bait and switch. How is that a bait and switch? He asked you if you would vote for somebody who committed immoral behavior, and you said no. And then when you found out that the guy you're voting for commits immoral behavior, you're like, well, now I'm going to refuse talking to you because you have tricked me into admitting that I vote for immoral fucking pieces of shit. Like, dude, Oh my God. So he doesn't really care about the behavior. This woman might be my new spirit animal.
All of Maga being like, y'all are really gonna unfollow people over politics. You really can't mutually respect each other over... Correct. I don't respect you. Glad we cleared that up. Not all of Maga being like, y'all are really gonna unfollow people over politics. You really can't mutually respect each other over...
Correct.
I don't respect you. Glad we cleared that up.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. I can't believe you're going to cut us out of your life. Correct. Yes, we are going to cut you out. We are going to give you the boot. Oh my God. Dude, this woman, bro. This woman is hard to take seriously. Have you seen this chick? Oh, Lordy. She went by a different name, but then she changed her name to the Maga lip curl girl. I mean... we're not even being serious at this point. We're not. At this point, we're outside the realm of seriousness, and we are merely, I'll be anything that maybe gets a little bit of virality. It's impossible to take her seriously, though, bro. Like, what is she doing? Dude, what is she doing? Dude!
Song you chose to snarl your way through is by Everlast, who made it clear in no uncertain terms back in 2016 exactly what they thought of Donald Trump. The point of the fucking song is not that you should choose to have a baby. The point of the song is you shouldn't judge other people because you may one day find yourself in the same
circumstances.
There's a ridiculous caption, old enough to start having unprotected, you're old enough to raise a baby. That's just categorically untrue. For many reasons, people aren't ready to raise children. Also, this just disrespects every grape and incest victim to ever to walk the planet. Then you go on to say, no one
See, this too, like, let's talk about this mentality here with the lip curl. Dude, I mean, they're dancing around to the fucking Village People, these idiots. But let's unpack this decision here. Old enough to start having unprotected sex. Old enough to raise the baby. Let's unpack that, because first off, if you are having unprotected sex, that's a sign that you're not making good decisions. You're making bad decisions. You're maybe wildly immature. Maybe you're undereducated. Maybe you're ignorant. Maybe you're extraordinarily self-destructive. The fact that you're having unprotected sex is a sign that you shouldn't be raising a fucking baby. Somebody having unprotected sex is being really irresponsible. Like, literally, if you are having unprotected sex as a teenager, you're the last fucking person on earth that should be raising a fucking baby. You couldn't even take care of yourself in a responsible way. It's like, my God, bro. And a lot of times when you encounter teen pregnancies, a lot of times they're sexual assaults. It's disheartening how often that happens.
to be in that position, but the right choice is choosing life. You mean birth, but you don't care about them once they're born, only that you can force them to give birth. Yeah, choosing to give birth is always an option, but it shouldn't be the only fucking option.
See, my thing is this. The last thing we need is to force a bunch of irresponsible, self-destructive young people into having to be parents. The only people that agree with that mentality are people who look at the act of having sex as a punishable act. So what they do is they say, if you're having sex and something bad happens, you should be punished. That's bullshit. You don't deserve a punishment for having sex. And people that are having sex irresponsibly should not be raising children. They should be the last fucking people raising children. You know, the last ones. Like, come on, man. Give the kid a fighting chance. That's so dumb, dude. Yeah, they weren't smart enough to wear a condom, but they're going to be smart enough to be a good, healthy parent? Like, no, they're not. Jesus. These people are crazy, dude. You're about to watch two young men. Now, remember, these are some of the young men that voted for Donald Trump because a lot of young white men decided to get red-pilled and be Trumpian. But watch these guys as they come to terms with the concept of civil rights. Think about abortion here, guys. Think about a woman's right to her uterus. They're so close to getting it. Here we go.
Are you guys pro-life?
Yeah.
I believe that is alive. It's a life force. The next president of America could be in that afternoon release. Also, we're talking to young men about this bill that we want to get drafted, which would basically make state-sponsored vasectomies mandatory.
It takes away from like a person's like get kind of like rights and like what their freedoms to do.
It's a lot of kids being so that's the only reason I think the government even has a place.
Yeah, I still think it's up to the person.
Yeah, same. Up to the person, you know.
Isn't that interesting? Huh? You see that? They're pro-life. And if they were asked about women being required to deliver, they would be like, yeah, that's pro-life. We're pro-life. She's got to deliver. But when asked about the pro-life of preventing pregnancy through the mandatory vasectomies, they're like, well, that really needs to be a choice thing. You don't want to legislate, what I do with my nuts. But we can legislate what she does with her uterus. Interesting.
I'm just going to come out and say it because I'm tired of hearing people trying to explain away why these poor, disenfranchised.
I think what we're about to hear, this woman nails it. Because young men turning Maga was a thing, dude. We had a lot of young men, and you know the types. They're saying shit like, your body, my choice. They're like Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, Sneeko, Aiden Ross, all that influencer culture. They think Logan Paul's a really sharp guy. They think Jake Paul gave a really sharp assessment of the government. Watch.
I'm just going to come out and say it because I'm tired of hearing people trying to explain away why these poor, disenfranchised young men skewed Republican this election. They like MAGA because they want to go back to the time where they were handed the keys to the castle and a doting wife in exchange for existing. They feel disenfranchised because this is no longer their reality.
That's it. That's what used to happen. You go back to the 1950s. You go back to the 60s, you go back to the 40s, you go back even into the 70s and 80s. And the guy just needed to show up. All he has to do is show up, have a little bit of unprotected sex, get the hot chick he likes pregnant. Pretty soon she's his wife. Yada, yada, yada. He shows up to the job interview. Boom. White guy gets the job. He's going to get the promotion. He doesn't have to work hard. And then they're like, hey, you want to be the boss? You want the pretty wife? You want her to take care of your kids for the next 40 years while you go out and have a couple mistresses? Here you go. Here's the keys to the kingdom. And now it's different. Now if he gets the pretty girl pregnant and she doesn't want to be with him, she takes a plan B. And she says, smell you later, bro. I'm going to go be the CEO. Oh, guess what? Now you're working for her. Or that gay dude that you were picking on in middle school, now he's your boss. And now the dating pool is a lot smaller. Because now the girls have figured out they don't even have to deal with your dumb Chad ass. They can date each other. Oh, shit, bro. They can date each other. And guess what? They can actually have orgasms with each other. It's even better for them to date each other because they don't have some Chad hammering away like a fucking Energizer bunny and then asking her if she came afterwards. Because like 90% of the dudes don't even know how to have sex because they've spent too much time watching the fucking hub, bro. They're watching the Transformers version of sex. And then they're sitting there like, and they're like, did you come? And they're like, dude, have you not opened a book? You don't even know what a is, bro. The is on the outside, dude. She's not going to come from you slapping your nuts against her for fucking 47 seconds. You know? Like, dude, now they don't have to put up with that shit. They're dating each other. Dude, the number of like young men who don't know shit about women it's a catastrophe, bro. It's true though. Dude, this shit is so true, boss. It's just so depressing, bro, that this is our reality. And a whole bunch of people voted for this, guys. You know? Like, it's hard for me to process that shit, guys. We're sliding into fascism. Shit's gonna get chaotic. It's gonna be rough. Institutions are gonna be dismantled. People are gonna die. Trans people, people of color, women are gonna die because of this bullshit. Like, I realize that, the horrors of that, and I accept the horrors of that. But what bothers me more than the horrors we're about to go through is the fact that 75 million Americans chose those horrors. They chose them. They chose the guy who and steals classified documents and tried to overturn the elections. They chose the guy who's filling a cabinet with billionaires. They chose the fucking guy who lies all the time, who made up a whole bunch of shit about migrants and shit. They chose them. Like, bro, what are we doing?